Joining me to break all this down is senior Washington reporter Devin Dwyer and associate professor of political science at Virginia Commonwealth University, Michael Paarlberg. Devin, I want to start with you. The Trump administration is saying that it is not going to fully bring Abrego Garcia home. Break down what the Supreme Court ruled and why the Trump administration is saying that, and what have you heard as well from Garcia's legal team?
Well, this situation, Jay, is really at an impasse now. You heard the president of El Salvador say he's not going to do anything to return this man. The Trump administration says it's not going to do anything to return this man. What has the Supreme Court said? Well, the Supreme Court is towing a fine line. They have said that the Trump administration needs to facilitate Mr. Abrego Garcia's return, but stop short of saying they need to effectuate or, immediately bring about his return. So there's a difference there. Both sides wiping their hands of this, but what the Supreme Court was clear was that the Trump administration made a mistake. The mistake was illegal. That was in the words of the unanimous Supreme Court, and that the government needs to show some steps that it's taking to correct its mistake. Neither side now that has custody or involvement with Mr. Abrego Garcia is giving an inch. So it really will come down to this court hearing tomorrow in Washington and later on this week as this progresses, when the Justice Department has to stand before a federal judge and explain just what they are or aren't doing and how this is going to be resolved. Abrego Garcia's attorneys have told me, Jay, that they think it could take a contempt filing on the part of the federal courts, something that would be extraordinary for a federal judge to issue against the Department of Homeland Security or the president himself in this case. That could be challenged all the way up to the Supreme Court. So it really is a mess. But this case is a litmus test for the rule of law in this country. And we will see how this plays out and how much respect the Trump administration appears willing to show for the rule of law, Jay.
Michael, you just heard Devin lay it out there. The Salvador government says it doesn't have the power to bring him back. The Trump administration has said, you just told us to facilitate his return, not to actually bring him back. Does anyone have the legal responsibility, in your understanding of these court rulings, to actually bring this guy back to Maryland?
Well, it would be the U.S. government's responsibility to ensure the return of someone who was given immigration protection by a U.S. judge. It should be clear that Mr. Garcia was never found to be a gang member, and the ruling by the judge was that he was in fact a victim of the gangs, that he was being given protection here because he faced attack, death, or torture by the gangs should he be returned to El Salvador. And so it is on the United States to comply with that ruling by a judge in an immigration court and to provide this person protection under both U.S. and international law.
Devin Dwyer, Michael Paarlberg, thank you both for your time on this Monday afternoon.